The night turtle dance is a celebration of the natural world and of our Mother Earth and all that she is in so many ways beyond even ourselves. It's a 2.5-day ceremony in that we build up the altar through the first day and we leave the altar present to the spirits for the first night. And then the second day we are in purification and preparation so that we may join the spirits on the turtle's back, and we dance through the second night. This turtle, by the way, is 50 foot across. It's enormous, and so that's how we dance on the back. I was out overnight praying. In fact, I'd been out there for a couple of days and a couple of nights, and in a rather typical fashion, completely ran out of words, ran out of prayers, and was feeling so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in the world, and how really, as one person, I couldn't do a thing to help them. I hadn't been born into a situation where I could really make these huge sweeping changes in the world. I was not a president, I was not a this, I was not a that. And so I just kind of threw my hands up and just says, what on earth can I do for Mother Earth? Because that's where it seems to be all coming down to, is whether she can survive this onslaught that we're all experiencing together in this world. And that's right at that moment is when Grandmother Turtle appeared in the middle of the night. And when I say Grandmother Turtle, she was I realized after she was gone that she was standing 5 to 6 feet tall, because when she came, she raised herself up on her hind legs, so she was standing with her arms out towards me. And then she turned, and when she turned, I was focused on the back of her shell, which was this beautiful shell, and I saw these little tiny figures dancing. They were dancing, and they were dancing different configurations, different patterns on her back. And then once I saw them, she's kind of like dropped down and left my prayer circle. And I mean, it was very, very tangible. I mean, there was noise as she left, crunching through the under. I mean, it was amazing. I was kind of left there, kind of astounded, because in my anguish, I hadn't really expected anything to happen at all. I was just going through the night making prayers, and I kind of run out of prayers. Suddenly, I just realized the message that I'd gotten from Grandmother. What the request was through dancing these patterns was that she would receive through our feet the remembrance of our love of her, and she would feel the love and the passion of us and our devotion to her. And that would be like, the best way I've been able to describe it is like when you have a child with a high fever. There's nothing you can do. You have to wait for the fever to run its course. But you sit with them, you hold their hand, you put a damp towel on their head, and you just are there in loving presence with them. And so this ceremony is about being in loving presence with our Mother Earth. And it's very simple. We just give it back lots and lots of love through the night and under the moon. It's beautiful. What is so important is for ceremony to continue, especially at this point in time that we have new ceremonies coming that are specifically to help us and the next generations, the future 7 generations. And I believe and feel strongly this is one of many ceremonies that's coming in right now. And what an amazing opportunity we all have to receive these ceremonies and to do these ceremonies. They are about longevity, and they're all about life, they're about passion, they're about really coming into integration with the very psyche of our souls into this earth in a way that is conscious and a way that is evolutionary. It evolves us all together, all the forms of life, all sentient beings together. Ceremony joins us together, and we move forward that way. After the first few years, and it was obvious from the community around me that they wanted to continue it, I said, then it has to have a life. It has to live a long, long life, just like Grandmother Turtle. From the beginning of time to the end of time, how is that possible? And in the 21st century, let's face it, it takes a certain amount of money to actually move people from one place to another. It takes money to people require money as a direct exchange if you're going to camp somewhere, and it's just the way that energy works in this day and age. And I am so grateful, obviously, if you are touched and moved to contribute and support us in any way that you can. Know that you're supporting something much bigger than just 10 helpers getting to a ceremony, and that your love and devotion for the mother is also felt in this way. And what can one ever say except thank you?